Our goat had her babies last night. Twiz, I think around like 3:30. Was not out here. I came out last night to feed them and she all of a sudden had an udder. She hasn't had any semblance of an udder and she was very vocal and she was kind of like raging around the barn and I thought, okay. But that like happened during the day while I was at work, not even yesterday morning. So I thought I at least had until today, but I wasn't sure. She didn't look like she was necessarily in labor, but I did lock her up overnight. Another little black one. How are we gonna tell you apart from your friends? Well, good morning. Did you have a baby? Looks exactly like this one. Bigger. My guess is probably a buck since it's a single. I just put her up kind of just in case, and I peeked at the camera at 4:45 this morning and I saw the baby and I was like, well, it has been a really long week and I just didn't have the energy to stay up all night checking the camera. I checked it at about 1, then again like right before 5 o'clock and here he was. And I debated coming out, but I watched her. She was up, she was taking care of him and she had passed her placenta. She was cleaning that up. So I was like, not really anything I can do that she can't do by herself at this point. She seems fine. I'm gonna get her some clean water. I meant to get some warm water. Pixie's mad because she's locked up. We're gonna check her this morning. I wasn't really sure about either of them, so I locked both of them up. I do think all the water is frozen, so I'll have to go back in and get warm water and bring out for her. But I'm gonna get her some breakfast. I'm gonna get them some breakfast, and then we'll check and see if it's a boy or a girl. Pixie! Pixie! Okay, let me get them fed before she breaks her neck. Okay, so let's see what you are. My goodness, you look just like Poppy's baby. Just like Pixie. Oddly enough, she's not had a black baby since she had Pixie. So she's eating, that's good. I don't think she's drank anything. Come here. Oh, I think that's a buckling. Yep. So that's a boy. That's kind of what I figured. One big singleton, one big boy. But Cece had a big single girl last year. That's a boy. He looks like he's doing pretty well. He's nursed. He's been up walking around. Alexa, I'm gonna get her some hot water. Get that changed out. Well, you're a cute little dude. You are. You little dark guys are hard to see on the camera. Yeah, let mama have some breakfast. Udder has popped, our ligaments are gone. That's why I have her up. I decided against locking them up last night in those 2 stalls so that I could put the camera on them because I really wasn't as concerned about her as was about this one. You can never tell when Twiz is gonna give birth, like ever. She just has babies. What I may do is I have, like I said, at work, so I'm out seeing kids at different daycares and preschools, and one of them is relatively close to the house this morning. So what I may do is just let Pixie out this morning and then come back by around 11 at lunch, since I'll already be kind of close, and just stop in and check on her and see if I think I need to put her up, since I don't really have another way to like give her hay or something to eat during the day. And I also don't want her to headbutt people through the kennel all day long. Good morning. Good breakfast. It's also really cold out this morning. Has been bizarre. So I'm trying to think. Wednesday night, no, because yesterday's Thursday. Tuesday night into Wednesday, early Wednesday morning, there was a tornado that went through just east of us, like relatively close. We didn't have any damage. Like one of the local schools was out for a day because power was out. It damaged one of the elementary schools. It was pretty rough. It was EF3. Damaged some houses, damaged some other things. And then it snowed yesterday. Good morning, Pig Pig. So yeah, it snowed yesterday in the middle of the day. It was above freezing, so like it didn't stick to anything. It was just really wet, but it was like 80 on Monday. It was beautiful. It's just been kind of a weird week. The preschool season just wears me out. Like I'm spending every minute of every day testing a kid, and it's just exhausting. Jeremy's been gone. He got home last night. He was in Orlando since Sunday. Also don't sleep well when he's not here. So just really struggled this week to do much of anything. But this whole like have babies in the middle of the night thing is new. I think since I've been doing this, I've had one have a baby overnight. That's kind of when I knew Twiz was ready to have those babies, was I put her up last night and like she didn't fight me at all. She was happy to be in that stall, where normally that would not be the case. I don't really know what beef she has. Definitely not in labor if we're doing that mess. But might be getting close. Nani, just back off. I don't know why Nani. Hi. It's just not a good idea for pregnant ladies. Well, how is your sweet boy? Can you guys move? He's a little cold. Did you eat your breakfast? Yeah. Mom's gonna go get you some warm water, okay? Girls. Settle down a little bit. This little guy showed up about, I think, 3:30 this morning. Murder Goat, did you have your baby? Does he look exactly like Poppy's baby? Okay, so it's the next day. So yesterday, beginning of the video was Friday. Today is Saturday. I have let Murder Goat and her little man out, which is good for you guys because you get a better idea what he looks like when he's not all crammed up in there. Something super interesting about him that I'm going to tell you in a minute that kind of caught me off guard. And I do think we'll be able to tell him apart from Poppy's little boy. Number one, he's taller, and markings are different. They're black and white, but they do look pretty different. So we did decide names on these guys. Olive for the little girl and Oreo for the boy. I haven't decided a name for Twiz's little boy yet. My mom wanted to name him Tuxedo Cookie, and we call him Tux. I don't know how I feel about it. Somebody suggested Pepper on Instagram. We already have a Pepper. I know I call him Pepperoni a lot, but his name is Pepper. But he's excited to be out. So he's about a day. We're about 24 hours post kidding. She probably would have been fine to stay in the pen another day. She's pretty anxious mom, but she wasn't eating anything that I put in her stall. She's drinking water better than any of the other girls who have drank water, and this is always my issue with her. She needs to fight everybody. Postpartum, which is not healthy, but we're gonna let her out because I want her to eat. He's very spry and spunky. One baby to take care of, also some other little bitty babies. I think it'll be good for her to get out. No real changes with Pixie. I keep locking her up at night. She doesn't look any differently to me than she has looked. Her butt is a little bit wet this morning, but this is what she's looked like for like the past 3 days. Moist, but no fluid. I could still really feel the babies yesterday. I haven't tried to feel them today. My luck, she's gonna have them today and we're gonna be gone. We're leaving at noon to go to Norman to watch gymnastics this afternoon. The Razorbacks made it to the Sweet 16 of gymnastics on Thursday night, and so we bought tickets and decided to go. I really thought she would have babies yesterday, overnight tonight, early this morning. Nothing. And has not looked like she's been in labor at all. I'll come home tonight late at midnight and she will have had these, no doubt. But I can't, like, I'm kind of to the point in the season that, like, I have not left the house for a month or more, and I want to go do this, and so we're gonna go. It is what it is. It's gonna be beautiful today. Twiz scanned for 2. Initial scan was 1, and then second scan was maybe 2. It's just one big buckling. She didn't have any trouble getting him out, so can't really ask for a lot more. These 2 are getting big, eating well. I am milking Poppy once a day, and she's given about a quart of milk in excess. And so I'm doing that so that she doesn't get, like, number 1, so we don't lose the production, and number 2, so her udder doesn't get, like, engorged and uncomfortable. He's very happy to be out. Mom is like, you need to get back over here where I can take care of you. And all my little guys are happy this morning. But she's eating, running around, headbutting people. No fluid. Nothing that indicates me labor is anywhere close. Her udder did get a fractionally bigger yesterday. I just really expect this udder to be quite a bit bigger on her, to be honest. But maybe I'm wrong. She is a very tiny goat. Babies are still up high. Nothing yet on Cece. And if, what I'm thinking is she bred the second time when I bred her to Luke or Bean. I don't remember, I'll have to go back and look. And her due date's the same as Cece's, which was Wednesday. So the funny thing about Twiz's little boy, and we'll go pick him up and I'll show you. I have like all my little gremlins this morning. I don't know, Mom's pants are fun. Let's get over here. Oh, I know. We noticed some eye color. So he has blue eyes. I'm fairly confident he's gonna have blue eyes and that he's polled. So that means there was some, I know, like he's frightened by his existence as a baby goat still. Aren't you? Yeah, I know, it's so bad. So this is a Waffles baby. He looks perfectly fine. I do believe he's polled. We're gonna keep an eye on him. Waffles is Twiz's grandson. So that will be some line breeding. It's okay, like it's separate enough. I know. But not, she's supposed to be bred to Bean, and so I don't know how this happened. I need to go back and kind of look. I don't remember if I had to like walk her past Waffles to get her out of the breeding pen. I know we're just startled. I bred her and Poppy, I think, on the same day. I didn't. I bred Poppy and Pixie on the same day. I don't know, I'll have to go look. I don't know how this happened, and it's why her due date is slightly off, is because apparently the breeding with Bean didn't take, and there was some second fence breeding with Waffles, which we're gonna fix. Them not sharing a fence line this year, but he's perfectly fine. No like weirdness or anything, so looks beautiful. Structure looks great so far. He's only a day old, so we won't really know for about a week, but not the pairing. And like Waffles isn't registered yet, so I just registered Pixie, and so when I get that back, I'll get his registration so that I can register this one. Registerable, just gotta get everybody's paperwork taken care of. I hadn't registered Waffles because I wasn't like 100% sure if I liked the way he was growing out, but here we go. You can have him back. You can have him back. He's gorgeous, but it's why she threw black. So she's never had a black baby color-wise except for Pixie and Pixie's brothers when I bred her to Pixie's dad, who was another black and white goat. So I used to have 2 black and white bucks before I had Bean and Luke. I had a polled one, and then I had a horned one, and then I kind of learned double pole there's some risks genetically with double pole genetics. Not high risk, but just some smaller risk with genetic deformities with double poled, with animals being sterile. I had Axel, who is Pixie's dad. He was horned and blue-eyed. And that was before I really knew a whole lot about goats and what you should look for. And I just like polled, and they were decent genetics, but not as good as Luke and Bean. And I was like, she has this little black baby and he has blue eyes, so he's definitely a Waffles baby. So that was some fence breeding. Poppy and Twiz on the same day. Twiz to Bean, Poppy to Waffles, so that's how it happened. When I walked Twiz back out, Waffles was in here and he probably bred her in the mix. So, Grandma got a drive-by breeding with grandson. Not ideal. We desperately try, sorry I'm backlit, to stay away from line breeding just because you just take some risks, but a lot of people line breed, keep certain traits and improve others. It's just a process you have to be really careful with, and it looks like we got lucky in that it worked out really well. So that will be Luke, Pixie, genetics. So Pixie's dad was Axel, and we really like Pixie overall udder capacity. What we were trying to improve with Pixie for Twiz is teat size. So Twiz is really beautiful structurally. She just has really tiny teats. Has excellent capacity, is one of the best capacity does. You could definitely see that with Pixie. I'm a sweet girl. Excellent capacity as a first freshener. Excited about her this freshening. Hello to the toot toot. The improvement with Luke for some better width, also capacity and teat placement, and then she got better teats with her sire with Axel. And so that would be kind of, you would get that added Luke genetics, added Axel genetics in with this little dude. So that is where we are. And he is super cute and doing amazing overall. So a little bit of an oops, but worked out.